The Trump administration's effort to strike down a California law protecting undocumented immigrants will not go forward. KSBR News reporter Asia Gore joins us live in San Luis Obispo with the details. Good morning, Asia.
Good morning, Christina. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will not take up the Trump administration's challenge to California's sanctuary law. That means undocumented immigrants can still seek refuge here in the Golden State.
Anyone who commits crime can be picked up by local law enforcement and will be, but we're not going to do the federal government law enforcement job for them.
That's the gist of California's sanctuary law, signed by Governor Jerry Brown in 2017 to limit cooperation between local and state agencies with federal immigration officers. The issue, a constant target of President Trump, who asked the Supreme Court to step in. Mike Latner, a Cal Poly professor of political science, says the conservative-leaning High Court tends not to intervene in states' rights.
The president wasn't necessarily looking for a legal victory here. This was a very weak case to begin with. This is part of the president's political platform. He's trying to use immigration and fear of an immigrant invasion as part of his political strategy.
A 2017 report by the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy estimates about 8,600 undocumented immigrants in San Luis Obispo County and about 39,400 in Santa Barbara County.
We want to promote them to go to court. And if they're afraid that if they show up at a local hearing that they're going to be detained and or handed over to ICE, then that sort of local law enforcement trust gets eroded.
With the lower court ruling intact, undocumented immigrants accused of committing a misdemeanor crime in California cannot be turned over to ICE.
The distinction between serious and non-serious crimes is an important one, because if local law enforcement is forced to act as immigration officers for low-level crimes, that's going to use a tremendous amount of local resources.
In the past, President Trump has called California's sanctuary law outrageous, saying it's a way to circumvent federal immigration authority. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm Asia Gore, KSBY News.
Thanks, Asia. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to release a decision on a challenge to deferred action on childhood arrivals, or DACA, as soon as next week.